Time to write a poem. Sure. Hmm. Wait. Did Natsuki jump for fantasy? Are we serious? It's annoying. Where's horror? I need to click horror as well. Is there a horror? A horror. Nice. There we go. Alright, bro, what am I doing? Okay. Oh, I got this. Never mind. Oh my god, this is so annoying. It's gonna be close. Hmm. Oh my god, what was that? It was in the hallway. She suddenly puts her forehead against the wall. I spoke without thinking. How could I say something like that? Here, I just forgot about the way she said it. Said that. It made me feel so irritated. What did she even say? We're filling the water pitcher. Oh, okay. Sorry, I was just a bit curious. That's kind of a one-person job, isn't it? That's Monica. Please mind your business for once. Or do you want to tell me there's something wrong with helping involve fill down club activities? My mouth gapes. I suppose there's nothing wrong with that. Now let's go, Phildo. Well, made me feel so irritated. What's wrong with me? No, Yuri. I think you did the right thing. I wasn't expecting it, but it's also not right for Monica to judge people like that. Phildo. How come even when I do something bad, you're being nice to me? Because nothing you do is as bad as you make it seem in your head. Nobody's perfect. We have emotions, and we can't always hide them. But you always amplify things in your head. Your mind turns a light rain shower into a hurricane. No. When you hate me for doing something as terrible as that, why would I hate you? I can't hate for someone for having emotions. What kind of friend would do that? Friend, you say. And, Yuri lifts her head. Filled out. I really like being friends with you. Thanks, Yuri. I like being friends with you, too. I feel kind of awkward saying something like that. But I'm doing my best to help Yuri feel better. Anyway, yeah, shall we go? Yeah. Yuri and I walk over to the nearest water fountain. Once we fill up the water pitcher, we return to the classroom. Yuri opens the book with both hands. She holds it so I don't have a hard time reading from it. But as a result, her arm is practically resting on the top of my leg. Well, in that case, Yuri is already totally focused on reading again. I take a chocolate candy and pop it in my mouth. Then I take another chocolate and hold it up to Yuri. She doesn't even look away from the book. She simply parts her lips as if the situation was completely natural, but that means I can't stop her. I apprehensively place the chocolate in her mouth. Just like that, Yuri closes her lips over it. Yuri's expression suddenly breaks. Did I just... Yuri looks at me like she needs to confirm what just happened. Filled out. Sorry, because I shouldn't have done that. Well, you were just helping. That's something that friends do, right? I mean, not really in this context, but yeah, that's all it was. Yeah, then you don't need to stop or anything. I see. The situation has gotten really tense. Yuri tries to return to the book, but I can tell just by her expression that she can't even focus now. My heart is pounding. I nervously take another chocolate between my fingers. By this time, Yuri's eyes meet mine. How did it even come to this? Yuri doesn't avert her gaze. I notice her chest rising and falling to the rhythm of her breaths. I raise my arm. Like before, Yuri parts her lips, but it's different this time. I take the chocolate and place it in her mouth. I feel her hot breath on my finger. Okay, everyone. Oh, Yuri jolts back. It's time to share poems. Phila, can you help Yuri put away the tea stop, right? Yeah, of course. Okay, thanks. I'll take care of the cups. Yeah. Oh, what the hell is this? Oh, we got new side stories. Mail. Okay, whatever. I don't care. Pictures. Yeah, we've got oh, we're missing one. I think I know what that one is. Yeah, we've got Yuri CGs now. Oh, and we've got this. Yes. That's kind of cool. Am I bothering you? No. Okay, just checking. It's hard to tell since you always look so into it when you're reading. It makes me scared to interrupt. Well, that's within my expectations to be interrupted when I read here. It's mainly when I'm by myself that I don't like it. That makes sense. Text is a little slow, I feel. I guess if you're here in the first place, then you're more ready to socialize, even if it takes a little bit of pondering. It's not so bad to be social if I let others do the work, so it can be healthy to put myself in a social environment every now and then. It's mostly difficult when I don't know anyone, or there are too many people, or everyone is being too silly for me to keep up with. Yuri glances across the room at Sayuri and Natsuki. Sayuri has her head cocked back and her mouth open, trying to catch pieces of a cookie that Natsuki is lobbing into the air, but the pieces keep bouncing off her face and hitting the floor. Maybe I should say something? No need. They just ran out of cookie. What a waste. They've really become good friends, haven't they? I'm happy. Sayuri seems particularly good at making that happen, but the two of them are both on the energetic side, so I suppose it works out well. Yeah, come to think of it, you and I haven't had any chance to talk one-on-one, have we? Though that may be partially my fault since I'm supposed to be the one engaging club members. Not at all. I probably formed a habit of drawing minimal attention to myself. The responsibility is equally on me, at least to display some openness to engage. Well, what about during times like lunch? Do you meet up with friends? I just read. Oh, but I like it that way. It feels nice to be carried off again after a morning of classes. Do you always read fantasy? Oh, not always. I suppose it's all I've read recently, but only because I'm in the middle of this series. There are still 2 more books after this one. I guess those long books suit you well since you spend so much time reading. Well, fantasy is my favorite, but after that I'm more or less indiscriminate to genres. I'll read anything with depth and maturity. Oh yeah? Even like romance? Well, there are a lot of books that have elements of romance in them. Oh, come on, Yuri, you know what I mean. Monica lowers her voice. It's a guilty pleasure of mine, so I won't tell anyone if you do. Maybe more when I was in middle school. I mean, I was really lonely and people were mean to me a lot. So it kind of felt like... Please don't make me think about the past. Sorry, I just got super curious. You know, we should totally pick out a romance novel to read. That would be so much fun. Absolutely not. Really? Even if it was just between us? Try asking someone who has no shame, like Natsuki. Ouch. Sorry. I swear I didn't mean that. Well, I guess it was my fault for pressing you. I'm like that for things in my past too, you know. I feel too embarrassed to re-experience. There's nothing wrong with growing out of things. It happens to everyone. For instance, Natsuki's interest in manga reminds me quite a bit of how intense I used to be about my own interests. It makes me think that she'll likely grow out of it too. Hey, were you talking about me? No, we were talking about how our interests have changed over the years. When did you get into manga, Natsuki? Like a couple of years ago, I guess? I was already sort of into it before that, but I wasn't really going hard until then. Oh yeah? Wait, hold on. What was it that inspired you to get more into it? I don't know. I guess, let me think. It was after I discovered the series I really like. Yeah, I was just like really fed up with a lot of things. I got super into this one series that I related to. I guess I had an edgy phase where I just hated everyone around me and wanted to be by myself. Hey, kind of like Yuri. Monica. Sorry. That's completely wrong, so it's still cool that both of you found your thing. They're almost like opposites, but it sounds like they helped you through help you a lot through hard times. You know it. Wow, what the heck? Is that book even bigger than the last one you were reading? It's technically slightly longer, but not by very much. How high do you think it would go if you stacked up the whole series? Natsuki estimates by holding her hand high above her head, sizing up an imaginary stack. I should get one of those mangas that's like 50 volumes long, so I can say I've read more than you. Not that I have the money for that. Please, that would hardly count when your books only have a few words per page. I know, I was just joking. I could never actually read books like yours. It's too boring for me. Yuri shoots a cake at Natsuki. It's not boring. Chill, I said for me, not for you. Can I have my own opinion? I just think it's too convoluted. Sayori, are those from the floor? Gross. Also, wash your hands before touching any of my books. But my hands aren't dirty. Just do it. The oils are there even if you can't see them. Fine. Sayori trots out the door and Natsuki follows. Yuri, you look a bit upset. What kind of nerve does she have to call my hobby boring? Well, she did correct herself. Hardly. She was so condescending. I don't mind if she thinks it's not for her. I already understand that it's not for everyone. But she knows well how much these mean to me. So how about just leaving me alone instead of needlessly telling me that things you hate about it? I'm sorry, Yuri. You may be right. This won't be the last time people have strong feelings about what they like and what they don't like, especially in literature club. So I should figure out how to mediate discussions to keep them positive and constructive. For the record, I've always been impressed by the level of creativity in your books and also your ability to get through them so quickly. Thank you. Okay, well, this is something I'll have to think about and revisit. I'm sure I can help Natsuki find some common ground with you. Common ground isn't necessary. I just wish to be respected. Then that, either way, I'll do my best. I'm skeptical when it comes to Natsuki. I trust you, Monica, but I'm skeptical. Alright. Okay, everyone. We have a special club meeting today. As you know, the literature club is a place where we get to share things that we're really passionate about. But this also means we should be mindful of how we respond to each other's feelings. I think we have to change. I think we have a chance to turn our differences into positive energy for each other. Aren't you being a little dramatic about this? This is important to me. Well, sorry, I just feel like I'm being accused of something. No, I'm not accusing anyone of anything. I'm sorry if it came off that way. But our conversation yesterday made me reflect on the power of language, and I thought it would be a good topic for the literature club, don't you think? I'm sure we're gonna have differences in opinion a lot, so I need to make sure we're prepared to keep a positive atmosphere in the club. If you say so, sure. The cool thing about language is that it gives us a lot of different ways to express the same idea or emotion. We have a lot of control over how we want the other person to feel when we're receiving our thought. This goes for poetry, narratives, casual conversations, basically anything. For example, Sayori, what's your favorite food? I have them organized by category. Should I start with snacks or do you mean full meals? Should I include breakfast? Oh geez. How about your favorite fruit? That's easy. Cherries. Really? Cherries? Are we real? I always thought cherries tasted nasty. What? Cherries are delicious. Whoa, that's a pretty strong reaction. Cherries aren't bad though. Well, I just don't understand how somebody could think cherries are nasty. I mean, cherries are not bad. How does that make you feel? Hold on. Okay, I'm back. And yes, apparently cherries are literally Sayori's favorite food. How does it make you feel? I don't know, sad? Defensive maybe. Yeah, I got defensive. See, the reason you had such a strong reaction wasn't because I don't like cherries. It's because you felt your opinion was under attack. But that's weird, right? Something like taste is completely subjective. But when I say something like, I think cherries taste nasty, I'm using objective language. I'm challenging Sayori's reality that cherries are delicious with my own, which is that cherries are nasty. Wait, hold on. How is that objective? When you just said it was your own opinion. I had to do it. It has to do with the way our brains interpreted the words. You're talking about the reality of cherries, not your feelings about them, like Sayori. Let's rewind for a second and pretend I didn't tell you that cherries are nasty. Good. So instead of that, I said, like, I've tried cherries and they're not for me. It's not the kind of flavor I enjoy. Well, that's fine, as long as you don't call them nasty. Nasty is a nasty word. Okay, so cherries are was kind of a weird example, but I think it gets the point across. This time around, instead of talking about the cherries, I just talked about my feelings, and Sayori didn't get defensive. So instead of clashing with each other, It's like we received an invitation to talk about our differences. Yuri, you don't need to take notes. I'm not gonna quiz you or anything. I know that. I was just... Sorry, I didn't mean to call you out. You can do whatever you like. But does anyone have any thoughts so far? Yeah, I just feel like I shouldn't have to put all my language through a filter just to protect someone's feelings. Well, you don't have to. The choice is yours on how you want to come across to other people. I'm only suggesting it as a tool to turn your differences into a positive experience rather than an argument. Right, Sayuri? Whatever you say, cherry hater. Oh, come on. So you're right. I actually like cherries. I was just saying that to help demonstrate. What the heck? I've been duped. I'm sorry, Sayuri. I'll make it up to you later. How about a cherry sundae? You're welcome to dupe me anytime, my beloved president. Buying your people's loyalty. How deplorable. Or like you would turn down a free sundae, Yuri. You were certainly a fan of those cupcakes I brought in the other week. I was reading and not keeping track of them. Oh, that's enough. We're getting off topic. So now that we have the gist of it, how about we try something more relevant to the club, like manga, right? Let's have a productive discussion about our differences in opinion. Yuri, do you want to start? Well, I'd rather not. No. Oh, how come? Well, because I don't see how anything productive can come from that. I'm just gonna start a fight. No, it'll be fine. That's why I'm here to moderate. Let's just have a calm and rational discussion. Yeah, give me a little more credit. I'm not a child. You don't have to coddle my feelings. I always think it's more respectable to just speak your mind. Respectable. Yuri's expression changes at that word. As Monaco recalls, being respected was a crux. Wait, what? Okay, I searched it up. The word is crux. I don't know. Crux of the matter for Yuri. Well, the point of the exercise isn't exactly like it's fine. I have nothing against anyone personally. You're entitled to enjoy whatever you like. I just prefer more depth and nuisance in my reading material. I look for stories that are imaginative and sophisticated beyond the surface level. Oh, well, that's just a misunderstanding then. I thought you were gonna say that manga's for children or something, like I don't hear enough of that. But there's plenty of deep manga. I'm not clueless about manga. I've read my own fair share when I was younger. What? Are you serious? How come you never told me? Because I'm past that point in my life, and I really prefer not to revisit it. I prefer more mature things now. Excuse me? Okay, hold on. Can I just jump in here? Let's try to keep things subjective. If you imply that manga is immature, then aren't you implying that someone is immature for being into it? That's kind of deep. Well, maybe it's immature to judge people for having different tastes than you. Natsuki. Nobody's immature. I've read Natsuki's manga and Yuri's fantasy. I love them both on their own way. Okay. It's great that you like it, but I still find it boring. Boring isn't subjective. Okay, it bores me. That's subjective. But, the thing about this is ridiculous. Do you see why I didn't want to participate in this? I knew it was just going to make people upset. And they're going to start fucking fighting. I'm not upset. Like I said, I don't care what other people think, but I always get the impression that you secretly looked down upon me, so I'm glad my suspicion was confirmed. That's not true at all. You're making assumptions. You can't blame me for getting defensive when nobody ever has the least bit of respect for the things that I'm into. The only thing I look down upon is when people make fun of me just being myself and trying to mind my own business. What? Have you looked in a mirror? Tell me again about respect after calling all of my interests immature. You can't. Please stop. Please. You don't mean the things you're saying right now. Let's just be friends. I didn't mean for this to happen. Well, it did. So please don't invite yourself to try and solve other people's problems next time, okay? Yuri's piercing words send the club room into a choked silence. As she gathers her things, she leaves. What is going on? Holy shit. I've never heard her sound like that before. She must be so pissed. Well, you weren't very nice either, so... I was just saying. How did this happen? It's my fault. Yuri wasn't wrong. I shouldn't have tried to moderate a conflict when I know how bad I am at dealing with conflicts. It was a very stupid thing of me to do. It's nobody's fault. And it wasn't stupid. Everyone in the club is a nice person. Nobody would have expected this. But I guess we're sensitive about the things we really love. Honestly, she kind of brought it upon herself. Like I said, I don't care if you're not into manga, but if you actually look down on other people for it, that's kind of the point I was trying to make in the first place. It's not about sugarcoating things. It's about just recognizing and understanding our differences. Okay, but here's the thing about that. Yuri actually looks down on me. It has nothing to do with her word choice or anything like that. So I see what you were trying to do, but I really think the problem here is her, not the way we talk about each other, right? Yuri isn't like that. She's a lot sweeter than you're giving her credit for. I'm sure she'll be reflecting on this. I actually think everyone should. It'll be fine. I'll figure something out. Wow, I'm just saying that instinctively. I'm just setting myself up to cause more problems. This isn't your fault, Monica. You don't have to beat yourself up over it. If you ask me, I'm good that the truth finally came out because I can just move on now. But it's fine. I promise. Let's get this. Let's get our mind off this, okay? In fact, it's a good opportunity to read some manga without having to worry about feeding Yuri's superiority complex. Don't be mean. I'll talk or read manga or whatever you want, but don't be mean to my friends, okay? Sorry, I'm just bitter. Everything will be okay. I mean, I don't have the answer, but I at least know we're all good people and I don't want to hurt each other. This will be a learning experience. Monica says that, but her uneasiness is given away by how much she has to force the reassuring tone in her voice. This was bound to happen eventually. Natsuki and Yuri always engaged with each other the least out of anyone, and this is the reason. As Sayori and Natsuki proceed to distract themselves with manga, and Monica sighs to herself, unable to shake her worried thoughts. Will the club really have to come to terms with the fact that some members will be incompatible with others? Bro, whoever is the only person who's taking this the hardest in the club right now is Monica, bro. Monica and maybe Sayori. Monica desperately doesn't want to admit that, and she knows Sayori doesn't either. But for once, a solution doesn't seem to be in sight. But what is going on? Okay, we got reflection part 2. Music. Oh, that's kind of cool. Okay, let's get into it, I guess. Reflection part 2. New day arrives. Sayori arrives at the club room earlier than usual. That is, not late. As she enters, it appears to be empty still. So she sits down at a desk and pulls out a sheet of paper primed to jot down her thoughts. Sayori has made a habit of scribbling her thoughts and feelings onto a paper whenever possible, but it tends to serve her best inspiration for poetry. My heart feels vacant because a ship sailed away. Yo! Yeah! Natsuki? Natsuki pokes her head out from behind the closet. Sorry, didn't mean to scare ya. But it would have been a lot more awkward if I just didn't say anything. I doubt you want to see me listening on your poetry thing. Yeah, thanks for realizing that. Should I let you finish that up then? Oh no, it wasn't, I just do whatever is convenient. You're not interrupting. Where's Monica, by the way? Oh, she's out in the hallway. Huh, what? Well, just in case she runs into Yuri. Sometimes Yuri is too nervous to come into the club room by herself, so... Oh, geez. Does Yuri really let things bother her for that long? She can't control her feelings. For some people, it's really hard to cope when you get a bad thought in your head. Maybe you can distance yourself for a little while, but as soon as it's just you and your thoughts again, it comes back. I just want us to have a normal club meeting. It's a lot easier to pretend like it never happened if we just all ignore it and move on. I don't want to be bothered by this. It's so stupid. Her opinion on me doesn't matter anyway. Besides, it makes me feel really guilty and I hate that too. It's okay to have feelings. It doesn't make you weak. Let's figure this out though. Through. Together. I can't read. Fine. Only because you're good at this stuff. Let's try to come up with a happy scene. Maybe that will help us understand where your bad feelings are coming from. Well, I was happy with the things were before we had that conversation yesterday. What part of the conversation made you upset? Was it Yuri being mean about the manga? Maybe. I doubt it though. Because my friends are other people, and other people made fun of my manga all the time, but I just brush it off and ignore them. But something about it really got to me this time, and I hate that I'm letting that happen. Is it because it came from Yuri? No, why would that matter? Well, maybe. I hate that she thinks it's so much better she's so much better than me just because she likes to pretend to be all sophisticated. Yeah, well, that's what it is. At least other people decide that they don't like me or manga or whatever, but Yuri acts like she's too good to even give it a chance. I'm sorry, everyone deserves a chance. Yeah, exactly. Would you give Yuri's book a chance? After this? Obviously not. What about before this? Well, I would until I got bored, which wouldn't take very long. But if you actually keep an open mind, then it's not so hard to realize that a story can be deep and meaningful without being needlessly complicated. I see. But you know, I like Yuri's books. Yeah, but you like manga more, right? Sayori shakes her head. I like them both. I like them both in different ways, but I like them both. So something I've learned about this is apparently this is kind of a prequel, but it's also like an alternative timeline if Monica was never self-aware. But in some way it's a prequel. This would have, I think, still happened before the MC joined. But like, I don't know, it's weird. I like them in different ways, but I like them both. I mean, the manga is really honest and fun and easy to let go. Wait, what? to just let go with. And the fantasy has a lot to interpret and uncover, and it's really rewarding to have some good quiet time together with it. But the most important thing is that both the manga and fantasy are true to themselves, so I love them both. And I think there's room for both of them to be in the same club together. And I just feel like maybe they have more in common than you would think. How do you get along with everyone so well? I always get into fights with people. Like, first it was Monica when I was new to the club, and then it was you, and now it's Yuri. I'm always like, oh, that person is such a jerk, and if they just realize it, then we could at least get along. But nobody else has this problem. It just keeps running away from the reality that everyone is just a jerk to me because nobody likes me. And I don't know why, and I don't know what to do about it. I don't know what's wrong with me. I hate it. Natsuki. So here you put a comforting hand on Natsuki's shoulder. You're a wonderful person. You deserve to be loved just as much as everyone else. Everyone has difficulty. Everyone has different ways they like to communicate, and sometimes that makes it harder for us to understand each other. I think sometimes we get lucky and make friends who are really good at the same kinds of communication, and it feels like you magically connect with them. But other times, even if both people are really nice, it's just easy for them to misunderstand each other or to get the communication wrong. It's something that Yuri struggles a lot with too. It can be really hard. It takes a lot of reflection and self-awareness. And self-awareness. It takes a lot of self-awareness. Who else gets self-awareness? Okay, well, then vulnerability. I'm bad at that one. Vulnerability. Notice how she's talking to Natsuki about Yuri? And she's also it's herself. And Monica is completely not included in this. And she talks about self-awareness. Who is self-aware in a different timeline? Who is self-aware in the main game? That's right, Monica. Vulnerability. I always have to be the strongest. What do you mean? Tell me about that part of you. Well, it sounds stupid, but I'm really used to people being mean to me. Like my friends, and I guess my dad. Like when I don't get good grades, or even stupid things like if my room isn't clean. We know her dad is abusive. So what am I gonna do? Cry about it? If I let myself get upset, then it's just letting them win. I'm better than that. I'm better than all of them. So things always have to be everyone else's fault. It feels like if something goes wrong and there's a tiny hint that it might be my fault, then I just get really angry and I find ways to blame everything else instead. Do you see yourself as better than Yuri? If I said that, then I would just sound really full of myself. No, our thoughts and feelings are two different things. Even if we don't like our feelings, we have to understand them if we want to learn more about themselves. That's a part of vulnerability, accepting the fact that we have feelings that we don't like. Bro, so Yuri is really deep. I hate that. My feelings make me a bad person. Sayori has everything figured out, kinda. People always say Yuri is the smartest, but Sayori just has everything. She has everything. She knows what to say. She knows exactly what's going on, how it's going on. She just finds out everything just like that. Because my feelings just want me to tell me that I'm so much better than her. That she's a judgmental know-it-all who's stuck in her edgy phase, and that I'm just way above that garbage. Look who's talking, you edgy bitch. But I'm terrible for feeling that way. To be honest, Natsuki's also very smart. Natsuki, what do you call it? She kind of figures out Monica's evil plan before all of them. Kinda, not really. She doesn't really find out Monica's behind it, but she finds out that Monica, she's the one who points out, you would have had to hear the bell if you were at study hall, so you wouldn't have lost track of time. What do you call it? She realizes, you didn't use your catchphrase. She's also the one who realizes. She's also the one that sends distress signal to the MC and also says, "Don't let Monica read this." And it's from her manga, I think. Natsuki also just has everything kind of in a way. Obviously, they all have a piece of a puzzle. Kinda, you'll notice. But I'm terrible for feeling that way. You're not terrible. You are not your feelings. But you are not your feelings. Say that to yourself out loud. Fine. I am not my feelings. That's the way I like to picture it. Is that those feelings are like your roommates. You live in the same house and you gotta see each other every day. and even if you can ignore them most of the time, you're gonna keep running into them each other every now and then, and it's gonna make you feel like poop. It's gonna make you feel like shit. You should have just Sayuri at this one point just let that shit fucking slip out, alright? So the other option is to get to know each other. You can communicate and learn from each other, and maybe even help each other change for the better. Does that help you understand? How do you know so much about all this stuff? I just have a roommate that can be really hard to get along with. You have a roommate? Called depression. Oh god, she opened up to Natsuki. I didn't think this would happen. Depression. But you're like the happiest person I know. I am not my feelings. I just realized. Well, bro, wait. I want to be a good person like you. Yeah, sweetheart. We're all good people. You and Yuri and Monica. And I think Yuri will eventually learn that about you. Oh, I didn't think she was literally gonna open up to Natsuki that she has depression. Natsuki remained silent, feeling a little overwhelmed despite Sayuri's kind reassurance. A complicated mixture of pain and sadness seems to fill her, as though flowing from a wound inside her. Was this a result of vulnerability? No, it wasn't, as though she was infected a wound after becoming vulnerable. Wait, so Monica and Natsuki are the only ones that find out that Sayuri has depression? Yuri never finds that out. It was as though she began to rediscover an old wound, one that simply cannot simply be bandaged and left alone any longer. What the fuck? Where are we right now? Yuri, what are you doing all the way over here? I was looking for you. Please don't yell at me. Oh, I'm not gonna yell at you. I just want to say that I'm sorry about what happened yesterday. It was unfair for me to put everyone on the spot like that. Next time, I won't try and jump in and solve everyone's problems. I guess it's a bad habit of mine. You're not mad at me? I thought you were the one mad at me. I was so awful yesterday. Yuri curls up, recalling the details of the argument. I can't even have a normal conversation without saying something wrong and making everyone upset. Hold on, that's not what happened at all. Let's talk about this, okay? Yuri pauses for a second, then manages a nod. Monica takes a seat next to her on the staircase. I'm having a lot of negative thoughts and thought patterns, and I can't get away from them. What kind of negative thought patterns? Like everyone hates me, especially Natsuki. Also, another thing I want to point out is the bow that Monica wears. Well, hold up a second. I originally read like an article saying that the white ribbon or the white bow that Monica wears is kind of like a sign that she is she is self-aware. But I guess that was not actually entirely true. I guess I just kind of read like some random made-up article, especially Natsuki. It's terrible. I don't think Natsuki hates you. How do you know? Well, because Monica thinks back at the time she herself found herself in an altercation with Natsuki, and how of a display of maturity from Monica was enough for Natsuki to reevaluate her own feelings as well. I think Natsuki is just naturally defensive. I think she acts mean whenever she feels the need to protect herself. But she's not really a bad person. In fact, I think she's a tsundere. In fact, I think she can be really thoughtful and considerate. I guess the way it works is that she wants to receive some degree of kindness first before she feels comfortable returning it. Oh, but that means the burden is on me. And I don't know how to say things that make people like me. Every time I open my mouth, it's just Yuri shakes her head at herself and tugs on her hair. It's okay, Yuri. You don't need to beat yourself up. I think anyone would like you if they had the chance to get to know you. Well, unfortunately, the opposite is true. That's why I'm not talkative anymore in the first place. Because everyone used to think I was weird and talk about me behind my back. That's what's happening when I draw attention to myself. Natsuki even said she found it more respectable when people speak their minds. So I did. And then she hated me anyway. That was enough to confirm my fears. But Sayuri and I like you. And we've got to know you a lot by now, right? Yuri doesn't seem to have a response. Hey, what do you think of Natsuki? I don't think about her. That's not what I meant, really. I was just wondering if you had an opinion on her. I do. What is it? Natsuki seems to bring out the worst in me, and I'm really ashamed of it. I like to think of myself as a fairly sophisticated person, so for someone to just treat me like an inferior despite my tastes, That's just the worst kind of insult coming from someone like her, and it makes me think bad things about her. But everyone else seems to like her, so the only explanation is it's me who's doing something wrong again, and my feelings about her are wrong, and I'm gonna get upset over something so childish and inconsequential. No, Yuri, feelings are never wrong. Well, they're not right. That's the thing. Feelings are never wrong or right, you know. They're a state of being that we don't always they're a state of being that we don't always have control over. But that doesn't mean they have to control us. I feel like that's something I learned around when I first started the club. We can hate ourselves for feeling a certain way about things. Wait, hold up. Alright, I'm back. We can just hate ourselves for feeling a certain way about things. Or we can just, acknowledge that they exist and try to understand them better. I could never be mad at you for just feeling a certain way. It's about how you handle them. And I think working through feelings is a great opportunity for teamwork. Yuri wears a dejected expression. You make it sound so easy. You're so mature and so good with people. I feel like such a child in comparison. Oh, Yuri, I'm far from perfect. But these are learned skills. They don't come naturally to me either. It's really hard to reflect on yourself and separate your feelings from your thoughts. I just want to be a good person. Well, I think it takes a good person to get this far. That's not good enough. I want to be able to communicate with her. Communicate what? How I feel. How it makes me feel frustrated and upset when she's so negative and dismissive about how the things that mean so much to me, and how it reminds me of me. Because I know what it's like to feel misunderstood and angry at everyone. I know that telling yourself you're better than everyone else is just a defense mechanism. We're just people. We're fragile and unstable. But I'm just tired of getting in the way. I just can't stand when people are when the piece is disturbed like this. Yeah, you can't focus on what you're reading when the piece is disturbed, right? Because the literature club should be happy for everyone. Monica looks at Yuri in adoration. I feel like Sayuri must be rubbing off on me because I really want to hug you now. Sorry, I didn't mean to make you feel uncomfortable. No, well, if you wanted to, then I wouldn't really mind. So, Monica pulls Yuri into a short embrace. You're so gentle, and I love when you communicate your feelings. It feels lucky to see that side of you. And I'm sure Natsuki will too. I'm gonna write her a letter. Oh, a letter? What a great idea. Just because I'm not good at talking, especially under pressure. I always let my feelings get the best of me, and I forgot to say all the important things, and I say things I don't mean. Well, I think a letter would be wonderful. Such a nice way to communicate. Yuri's face hardens with determination. People don't naturally gravitate towards me like they do for you and Sayuri. My personality just isn't suited for this. Bro, this is like some Undertale true pacifist shit. My personality just isn't suited for that. And I wouldn't want it to be. Like the original Doki Doki Literature Club, like the main game is like some Undertale genocide shit. This is like some Undertale pacifist shit. And you wouldn't want it to be. And I wouldn't want it to be. But something I've learned is that friendship don't always just magically appear out of thin air. For instance, I never would have seen myself making friends with someone like Sayuri. We're opposite in a lot of ways, but I'm friends with her because she puts so much effort into understanding me so that we can get along. I think it's the same with you. You both give me a lot of time and patience. I wonder if she feels the same way. Natsuki? Yuri nods. I always thought that if I wanted to make more friends, I had to be someone that I'm not. That there's a type of person or a magical formula that I have to follow in order to make someone like me. And that's just like me to think that. Always so occupied with myself that I fail to understand other people. Yuri shakes her head. Friendships happen when you think about the other person. When you offer time and effort to understand them and respect them and trust them that they also want to be a good person. That's what I learned through my observation in the literature club. Observations? Monica is caught by surprise. Yuri has always kept to herself so much that it's unusual to hear her suddenly talk about the club like this. But Yuri is so gentle to herself. You always listen to me, your thoughts about people, so Yuri too, and it makes me happy because I learn a lot of things. That's so sweet. I had no idea it meant that much to you. Monica never thought much of it, but in the past weeks, Yuri always seemed to be especially attentive when it came to the problems and concerns of others. Always wanting to listen and learn more about her friends in the club. It's true, Sayuri and Monica are naturally more comfortable with other people and can more easily work through situations of conflict, but that doesn't make them better people. Everyone has strengths and weaknesses and the capacity to improve. And the first step towards improving oneself is reflection and self-awareness. It's something that Yuri never gave herself enough credit for, but that Monica can recognize as an incredible trait. And with that, her confidence in the club is restored. I thought that was gonna be a CG. A very shy girl with long pretty hair is wandering the bustling lunchtime hallways, her fist pressed into her collarbone. When she finds the literature club president's classroom, she stands at the door glancing all around her before peering inside. Who's this? Monica's sitting and chatting with a group of unknown friends. Yeah, as expected, this was a bad idea after all. Suddenly, Monica glances towards the door, making the girl panic and duck out of sight. Before she can regain composure and decide for sure to leave, the classroom door gently opens. Yuri! Oh, it's Yuri. So who's the group of friends inside? What a surprise to see you during lunch. Yuri squeaks a response. Please help me. What? Is everything okay? Yuri shakes her head. I don't know how to write letters. Thank goodness, I thought there was some kind of emergency. Monica briefly glances over her shoulder at her other friends. Do you want some help? We can go find an empty classroom or something. Is that okay? I feel bad taking you away from your friends. It's totally fine, I promise. We weren't doing anything. One sec. Monica trots back to her classroom, says something like, I gotta go to her friends, and takes a pen off her desk before returning to Yuri. Okay, let's find somewhere quiet. Yuri nods and follows Monica as the two of them set off. How are you today? Huh, me? Well, yes. Oh gosh, sorry, I was just caught off guard. I'm doing well today, just tired. I never seem to get enough sleep during the week. How come? Oh, I don't know. I think I'm just easily distracted. I get really sucked into things and start neglecting the time. Me too, I do that too. Hey, this classroom is empty, let's go in here. After peering inside, Monica opens the classroom door and the two of them enter. Yuri's moment of relaxation ends. She watches as Monica pulls two chairs up to the same desk, then obeys as Monica beckons her to take a seat. She stares down at the empty desk. You nervous? I don't want to do this. We don't have to. We can come up with something else. Yuri shakes her head. It's my chance to do something good. I needed to take initiative. God, you must be really determined. I know how hard it is to step out of your comfort zone. I'll be sure to encourage you. Yuri pushes through her anxiety and grabs a handful of lined papers from her notebook. Then she picks up her pen. Okay, so this is the CG. Hey, you're left-handed? That's neat. I'm also left-handed. In real life, actually. Ah, yeah. Now I don't have to worry about bumping your arm. Damn, I always just realized Monica always just has the same pen, like even in like the even in the intro of the game. Monica playfully rubs her shoulder against Yuri's. Sorry, I'm just being silly, I guess. Anyway, how about we start listing the different things that you want to say to her? Yuri thinks. I feel embarrassed all of a sudden. It's okay. How about some of the things you said to me yesterday? But never mind, I guess I'll try. Yuri thinks for a moment longer, her attention evident. Then she writes the word reflection. This is about my reflection on our behavior. Why does Monica have a pen? What's Monica gonna write? Can't Monica just use Yuri's pen? The key question is why we act like this towards each other, but we have been able to separately be friends with Sayuri and Monica. That's me. Yes, it is. So, Yuri thinks, I've been able to befriend the two of you because you've taken the time to understand my needs and respect my interests. The same goes for Natsuki too. We started off as pretty hostile to each other because I was so worried about getting what I wanted, but she just wants to be respected more than anything else. Once I stopped making it all about me, she was able to do the same. I want to do that too. So what kind of things do you want to do for her? I want to do the same things for her that I like to receive. I like it when people respond positively to the things I talk about and not just brush me off. I like when my feelings are taken seriously. I like when you and Sayuri trust that I want to be a good person even when I'm not doing a good job at it. Let's write something down. Okay, Yuri writes something down. I think the most important thing is to remember here that Natsuki is feeling vulnerable, so we should make sure that the letter puts her first. It's hard when you're feeling hurt, but it never helps to just tell someone all the things that they're doing wrong. I think you have to make sure that they know you're ready to respect them and listen to them and admit the things that you feel you could have done better. Then finally, you ask what you would like in return. How does that sound for the structure? It could be a 3 paragraph, one for each of the 3 points. I like that. My thoughts were so disorganized, I had no idea to come up with any kind of structure. You're so amazing at these things. Oh, stop. You've done so much more than I have, you know. You spent so much time reflecting and being open-minded. That's the hardest thing for anyone to do. All I'm doing is helping you put it on a piece of paper. So I think you're the amazing. Monica gives Yuri's hand a quick squeeze. But as she lets go, she gets caught by surprise when Yuri curls her fingers to hook Monica's hand in place. For a while, they sit like this in silence, save for the occasional scratching of Yuri's pen against the paper. Yesterday, you told me something that I'm thinking about a lot. What was that? The thing about how you feel your feelings aren't right or wrong, and they're just a state of being we need to come to terms with. It made me think about how a person's behavior isn't always how they decide to be. It's also made up of some of their past experiences and their insecurities. I think that helps me see other people as actual people rather than as insignificant ads, side characters who are out to... Alright, I'm back. I think that helps me see other people are as actual people rather than as insignificant side characters who are out to get me sometime. Is that how you feel about Natsuki? Yuri nods. But in reality, everyone is always trying their best and everyone wants to be happy. Monica peers over at Yuri's paper, but to her surprise, Yuri pulls it in closer, partially covering it with her arm. I have to be able to read it to help you out, you know. It's okay. My thoughts are a lot more organized now after being able to talk to you about it. Just looking at this image, it kind of looks like Yuri is like Monica's like evil twin or some shit. That's just fucking ridiculous. Now that I'm actually putting it on paper, I realize I'd really prefer others not to read it. Yuri laughs softly to herself, a rare expression. I'm kind of glad to hear that, actually. I somehow keep finding ways to butt into this whole thing. I've done enough damage. But it's also been so wonderful talking about this. I mean, I always thought you were really smart, but Yuri smiles. I will always be terrible at these things. People are just so incomprehensible to me. I'll never get the hang of being one. But listening to you so much has really helped me make sense of things. So just don't call it damage, please. Monica gives Yuri a gentle smile. I can't believe I came to this club looking for fantasy geeks and all I got was real friends who value me. Is that a joke? Of course it is. I still can't tell with you. Sorry. No, I love it. Please never change. As you wish. Yuri glances at the clock. We're almost out of time. We'll be able to finish before the end of the day, probably. But I don't want to come out of the club the same day Natsuki reads it. I'm too shy. I can give it to her instead if you'd like. Yuri nods. As long as you promise not to read it. Of course I promise. Thank you. Yuri exhales and the two stand up. I'll message you when it's ready. Monica nods. Good luck. I'm here if you need me. Yuri returns a nod and the two depart. Damn. Pictures. We got all of the wallpapers are all like done. Why would you set this as a wallpaper? It doesn't even make sense. Okay. There's poems I haven't read. Wait, hold up. Okay. Yep, this is another thing. Kind of cute. You have this now. Sketches, I don't have all. Okay, so there's still a lot of stuff I'm missing. It's weird. Alright, whatever. Okay, self-love time. Alright, let's do this. Minasa. It's been only one day since Yuri's letter was delivered to Natsuki with Monika's help. Because Yuri chose not to attend the club meeting that day, she and Natsuki haven't faced each other since. Although it's only lunchtime, Yuri finds herself anxiously counting the hours until she will need to face the outcome of her efforts, whether good or bad. And because the passing by of students was making her feel more anxious, Yuri picked the most secluded spot she could find to spend her lunch. Because the staircase is under maintenance, no student would have any reason of coming here. It's such a relaxing feeling to have a moment of solitude in the middle of a frantic school day. That's wild. If, what are you doing here? I just. Yuri grips her book with enough force to wrinkle the pages beneath the pressure of her thumb. Well, what are you doing? I just came to get a drink from the vending machine. The other one is out of the drink I like. Yuri notices Natsuki fidgeting with a few coins between her fingers. She nods, avoiding eye contact. Natsuki, also looking away, shuffles over to the vending machine. Oh, those are the coins she finds under the vending machine. It's so quiet that every one of her movements seems to reverberate through the entire stairwell. After far too long, she finally receives her beverage, which she then fidgets with in a place of the coin. It's some kind of iced tea. But instead of leaving right away, Natsuki just stands in place. She glances all around her. It's like way too quiet back here. It's creepy. I mean, that's not what I meant, really. I mean, it's totally cool that it's your thing or whatever. Like, I can see how it suits you, so not because I think you're creepy or something. I didn't mean that either. You know, I'm just gonna stop talking. It seems like a good idea. It's okay. Everything is okay. Ryu finds herself attempting some words of comfort after hearing Natsuki stammer herself into dejection. Seemingly in response, Natsuki approaches the base of the staircase and hesitantly sits herself down near Yuri. Well, I can leave if you want. Yuri shakes her head. Natsuki twists the cap of her drink and takes a sip. Despite receiving Yuri's general permission, Natsuki doesn't say anything more. Yuri continues to read, or at least pretends to. And the two just sit there for a long time. The tension seems to fade a little bit as time passes by. Even without any words, this seems to mean at least something, though it's not clear what it may be. Lunchtime ends more quickly than expected. Oh wait, do CGs only come during part 2, or do they also come in part 1? Because I think all of the ones we've seen are only in part 2. Lunch ends more quickly than expected. Natsuki is the first to stand up with her empty drink bottle. Are you coming today? To the club? Yuri nods. I'm sorry for being so awkward. I'm really bad at talking about this stuff. I just can't for some reason, I don't know why. But I want to, eventually. There's no rush, I promise. Thanks. It's the next day. Natsuki appears from around the corner of the step and steps up to the vending machine, glancing at Yuri as she does so. Today she seems to be holding some kind of book as well. Oh, you're here again? Well, I just came here to read this because there aren't any people around here. Oh, I thought you didn't like how quiet it was. Well, I don't. But there's no people here. I see. Natsuki sits down. The mood feels much different today than it did yesterday. After yesterday's lunch and the club meeting that followed, Natsuki and Yuri are beginning to feel more relaxed around each other again. Although Yuri's letter is still lingering in the back of Natsuki's mind, she continues to detour it around it. But it's okay that I'm here. Yeah, I don't care. I mostly just don't feel like dealing with the crap I get from my friends about it. Especially since they all assumed I stopped reading manga after I joined the literature club. Not that I'm trying to hide it from them exactly, but I don't want it to come up again now after I've waited so long for this new volume to come out. Literally months at this point. You don't have other friends who are into manga? Not unless online friends count. And Sayuri, but that's different because she's not exactly into it. She just likes it, you know what I mean? You know, you're lucky to have the books. You're lucky that the books you're into at least just look like books, so you don't have to feel like everyone's constantly judging you by what you're reading. That would be so awful, especially since I already hate attention so much. It was a good thing that I have thick skin, I guess. By the way, I would totally recommend finding some friends online if you haven't already. If you're like me and have no one to share your hobbies with. Yeah, I can't let my fucking mates know that I'm into Doki literature club shit. Oh, I have online friends. Since middle school, actually, I was especially desperate back then. It's somewhat embarrassing to reminisce about those days. Sometimes I feel like the me from a few years ago would have benefited from a good smack across the face. Bro, I've literally told none of my mates that I'm into, Doki literature club. I would get bitched, bro. Oh, whatever. We were all just stupid kids back then anyways. I guess I'll tell them eventually. I don't really care that much. Some of the fanfics I wrote, thank God I used a pseudonym. You wrote fanfics? But I guess I liked it at the time. I got a lot of fulfillment out of it. I've read fanfics on this channel. I might come back to those actually soon. And plus, I can look back and say with confidence that I've become a better person since then. So I don't think I would have changed anything. I wonder if from a few years now, we'll think the same thing about our current selves. Probably. That doesn't make you uncomfortable? No, of course not. I don't care what other people think of me, especially someone who doesn't even exist yet. Alright, here. Natsuki raises her hand to her face and forcefully slaps her own cheek. That's me from the future coming to terms with me right now. Also, ow, I didn't mean to do it that hard. Yuri doesn't seem to react, but then, to Natsuki's surprise, Yuri shyly looks the other way before lifting her arm and doing the same thing to herself, loudly smacking her cheek. She turns red and stares into her lap, but is unable to hide a smile, as though it was a really funny joke. Oh, that's what I'm talking about. I didn't know you had it in you. I don't know. I don't even know why I did that. Maybe I thought it would be funny. Sorry, I keep distracting you. You said you were looking forward to reading, but I'm going on about all this nonsense. Yeah, I just realized, why did you smack yourself, Yuri? What did you do? I'll let you get to your reading. Oh, right. Yeah, I guess I'll do that then. The conversation ends quickly and Natsuki opens her book. The two read silently for the remainder of the lunch hour. Lunch hour? You have an hour-long lunch? But the whole time Yuri feels distracted by a twist of regret over having so abruptly forced the end of the conversation. You're back. Yeah, I'm here to lay low again. Another day has passed. During lunchtime, Natsuki finds herself having wandered to the stairwell once more. Hey, did you buy that? Natsuki quickly notices a bottle of iced tea on the staircase where she normally sits. Yuri nods, avoiding eye contact. What, like for me? But you didn't know I was coming here today. What if I didn't show up? Well, I would have drank it myself, I guess. It was a stupid thing to do. No, it wasn't stupid. I just thought, never mind. What I meant to say is thank you. And that it's a really nice gesture. It's okay if you don't feel that way. I do. I was on the other hand that I didn't mean. I swear, please believe me. Yuri pauses and nods. Talking is hard. I get it wrong a lot too, so I believe you. Natsuki exhales in relief. She then sits down next to Yuri and takes the drink. Knowing Yuri, she was probably overthinking it so much that Natsuki's tepid response filled her with self-doubt. I'll do something nice for you next time. Please don't feel obligated. I want to do nice things too. Okay, thank you. You're gonna thank me after I figure out how to do something nice. I'll do it then too. Natsuki sighs. Nothing. It just reminded me how I haven't been getting along with my friends lately. Is that why you've been coming here? Well, no, not exactly. I haven't been avoiding them on purpose or anything. They're just other things I'd rather be doing during lunch lately. I like being around them when we're all just having fun, but they also can't take anything seriously. So when I'm, I don't know, feeling serious, then their attitudes just really get on my nerves. It's only gotten worse ever since I joined the literature club. How come? I don't know. I feel like I used to be really good with just putting up with it because it would be so stupid to cause drama over a joke I didn't like or something. But I just have a hard time doing that lately. It's my fault for being so overly sensitive. If I have a problem, I'm not gonna demand for everyone to go around me to change. But yeah, I know. Monica and Sayuri really don't agree with that kind of thing. But they're not in my position, so it's easy for them to say that you should just communicate your feelings or whatever. It's not like my friend group does that kind of thing. I would just be making an embarrassment of myself. Sorry, and none of this has anything to do with you. I don't know why I'm talking about it. It's okay. I like listening. What, listening to other people's problems? Yes. That's weird. Sorry. I just like learning about people. Do you think it's weird? No, that's not weird. I probably just misunderstood. So, I don't know. I guess does that mean I should keep going? If you like. Okay. Well, I don't know what to talk about now. What are some things you like about your friends? A lot of things. I mean, they're really fun to hang out with, like after school and on the weekends. They really like my baking, and it's fun to complain about school together, and they make me laugh a lot, and we have a good memories of inside jokes. Oh, I'm bad at a lot of those things. So, are all those things important to you? Well, kind of, but they're not things I need to get out of everybody. Everyone in the club is really different from that, but I'm still friends with them too. Well, Sayori really likes your baking and makes you laugh, and she makes you laugh and she complains a lot. That doesn't mean she's anything like my other friends. Well, unlike them, she's a nice person who cares about your feelings. Excuse me, how about you don't talk about my friends that you don't know anything about? Natsuki stands up. No, wait, I'm sorry, I didn't mean it. I didn't want to say something bad. Please don't leave. Natsuki sighs and shakes her head. It's fine, as long as you understand that you can't just judge people like that. I'm sorry. Natsuki sits back down. You can't compare friends like that and measure someone who's better than who. Everyone's different. I'm sorry. I just don't like people who want to hurt you. A moment of silence stretches between them. They don't want to hurt me. We just like to tease each other about stupid things. It's fun. I don't like that. Well, that's why I'm friends with them, and you're not. You like it? Just don't worry so much about me. It's not worth it. I'm sorry. I wish I knew how to help with social conflicts, like how Monica can. She's good at these things, not really. Although I don't always want to help. Sometimes it's just stuff I have to deal with myself. That's why Monica and Sayori never seem to understand. Sometimes all you do is look at them wrong and they're all like, "Oh, what's wrong? Is everything okay?" I just want to mind my own business sometimes, and I've decided myself that if I want to talk about things, the only one who understands that is you. So you really shouldn't be hard on yourself. You're not as bad as you think. Oh, you don't need to reassure me or anything. I mean that. Plus, it makes sense that someone who doesn't talk a lot will make a good listener. Thank you. You're so nice. It's really hard on me. It doesn't come naturally at all. It's so weird because I always thought of myself as someone who can just say whatever's on my mind. But I feel like that only works when I'm annoyed or upset or I want to say something mean. Why am I like that? I don't have to answer that. I'm just talking. You don't have to answer that. I'm just talking to myself. Yuri nods and remains silent. Natsuki notices her fidgeting with the pages of her book. How come you like reading so much? Oh, well, a lot of reasons. But I just get sucked into it so easily. It's so immersive. Like I want to be a part of it. I think there are a lot of things about people in real life that make me feel uncomfortable and frustrated, especially when it comes to following social conventions and group interactions. I just don't really understand it, and I have no real desire to participate. But it's different with books. It feels like I always want to be around the characters. I feel such a strong emotional connection with them in ways that I've never felt with real people. So in that way, it can sometimes feel more real than real life. Really? Is that it's that hard for you to be around people like all the time? Fairly often, especially in group settings, when people are making all kinds of conversations and saying jokes and all of that. I don't know what to do, and I just disengage. Oh, that doesn't get lonely? I don't think so. I can still enjoy spending time with people one-on-one, and I have friends online too, of course. Do you ever wish that you could be friends with the characters in your books all the time? Sometimes so badly it makes my heart ache. Yeah, me too. Really? A lot. Like, more than anything? After Natsuki mutters that, silence fills the stairwell once more. It's a mutual silence. One full of understanding. Oh, that's it! Oh, it was just getting good. Alright. Anyway, we got part 2. It's fine. Is it really 2:05 a.m.? Are we real? Okay then, well, I guess then we can just jump into the last side story. Hey. Oh, hello. I almost thought you weren't coming today. Yeah, well, lunch is already more than halfway over. Natsuki had typically been meeting Yuri in the stairwell much earlier, since it had been a good way of dodging her friends when she didn't feel like seeing them. Today she's holding a large plastic container in both hands. I ran to my friends, so I hung out with them for a while. Is that so? Yeah. I was in a good mood today, so I figured I hadn't seen them in a while, which I had to come up with an excuse for, but I expected that. Plus, I have way more of these things than I know what to do with, so I figured I would share with them too. As she sits down, Natsuki opens the lid of her container. You made cupcakes? You know it. It's been a while at this point, so I figured it was about time again. You can take one if you want. Yuri takes the cupcake and carefully twirls it between her fingers. It's brown with dark green frosting, immaculately shaped into a floral pattern, topped with some kind of glittery powder. How pretty. I just ate, so I may not be able to finish it. Are they for the club? Yeah, I guess so. I didn't really think about it, I just made them. I guess I just thought that because green is Monica's favorite color, right? Well, yeah, but that's not really... Yuri takes a small bite. This is green tea flavored. I love green tea. Oh, do you? It was just a random idea I wanted to try, so... Don't laugh at me. I'm not. I just felt happy. Oh, sorry. Usually went. Never mind. What I meant to say is I'm glad. Sorry for saying dumb things again. I just wanted to do something nice, and this is something that I happen to be good at. And I do know that you like them from past experience. Yuri turns red, recalling the time she treated herself rather generously to Natsuki's cupcakes. Ironically, her mouth is too full of cupcake to stammer an excuse, so she just settles for a disapproving look. How did you get into baking? Oh, well, I don't know. It kind of just always appealed to me. Well, a few years ago, I read this one manga with a lot of baking, so I got like super into it for a while. I was probably making stuff almost every day, but it's something that I always knew I liked anyway. It's like baking is like art, but when you get good at it, it gets more delicious too. I'm struggling to imagine myself putting my heart into something so artistic, knowing it would just be eaten afterwards. Yeah, maybe you're too practical for it. I think I prefer to be on the receiving end. That's my other favorite part about it. It's something I can do that makes a lot of people happy, like unconditionally. Everyone is always so thankful, and in the moment you get to be like the bringer of joy. I don't know, it makes me feel valued. Yeah, I guess that. So you were able to make up with your friends today? There wasn't really anything to make up about them. We weren't fighting or anything. You weren't? Maybe I misunderstood. It only turns into a fight if I lose my cool, and that's just unnecessary drama. It only makes things worse. So they're not gonna stop? I mean, it only happens sometimes anyway. It's just the way they are. I'm the only one who ever has a problem with it. It's not worth it, especially since I have somewhere to go now and I don't feel like hanging out with them. Oh, I see. The cupcake's empty foil wrapper audibly crinkles as Yuri clenches a fist. I'm glad that this situation is resolved, and that you don't have to avoid them anymore. Yeah, me too. And I don't have to bother you doing your alone time anymore. I'm sure you have a lot of reading to catch up on. Yeah. I found that cupcakes are basically nothing compared to all the stuff you've done for me. But it's the best I can do. So you can have the rest of them. Natsuki grabs the box and slides it over to Yuri's face. Yuri stares at the box. Then she shakes her head and slides them back. You should save them for your other friends. But I made them for you. Natsuki's voice whines as she protests. I know. I like them very much. Exactly as you thought. You succeeded. But I know you care about making your other friends happy too. And if this is the way you know how to make that happen, then I'm not gonna take it from you. No, they were for making you happy. You make me happy. You're worth more than cupcakes to some people. That's why they want to spend time with you and be your friend. Without warning, tears pour from Natsuki's eyes. She pulls her knees into her chest and starts sobbing into her arms. Natsuki, I'm such a bad person. Yuri stammers, feeling panicked. I didn't mean to say anything bad. Natsuki shakes her head and wipes her tears. You didn't. Natsuki tries to choke back her sobs, but struggles to speak through them. I just really hate myself sometimes. And I feel so wrong when you say those nice things to me. Like I don't deserve it. I'm sorry. No, I am. It's so difficult. I can't even think of a single thing about myself that somebody would like. And I hated myself for bothering you during lunch. And I thought it was my chance to be a good person, like to be nice and to do the things you wrote about in the letter. I knew if I tried in the club, Sayori and Monica would be super annoying and make a huge deal out of it. You know, I think a lot of those negative things too about myself. I never felt like a good person. I always scrutinize everything I say, and later I feel like I said all the wrong things. And I just spend so much time thinking about myself, hating myself, and feeling like everyone else must hate me too. So I understand some of that through my own experiences. And that's why I wanted to write a letter and express my feelings. It pained me to see all those things in someone else that I saw in myself. Natsuki sniffles. Yuri rustles through her bags and pulls out some tissues, then hands them to Natsuki. Monica told me it takes a good person to reflect on these things. The desire to improve yourself, that makes you a good person, so don't worry about much. Also, there are things that people would like, so... Like what? Like how you're fun for people to be around, and you're not shy, and you know how to make people laugh, and you're very passionate about things, and you know how to take the lead, and you care a lot about other people, and just a lot of things. Oh. But now you're making me feel really embarrassed. Well, you're the one who asked. And don't you think I feel embarrassed? Natsuki tries to hide a smile, then she sighs as it fades again. Every time I come here, I always think it's the last time, but then I keep coming back for some reason. Is that bad? It's just really confusing. I mean, my friends and I go way back, so ditching them all the time feels like, I don't know. Feels like what? Natsuki's voice get quiet. Maybe I'm scared that they'll get mad at me. I don't really know what to do. She pauses. Yuri stares into the distance, tracing her eyes along the pattern of the floor tiles while she thinks to herself, what would you do, hypothetically, if your friends were happy for you instead of mad at you? Happy for what? Happy that your club is making you happy. Well, that's just not a fair hypothetical. Natsuki says that, but with little confidence in her voice. I always told myself that I don't rely on the approval of others to be happy, and I still feel that way, but I'm spending time with people who put me down whenever I don't have their approval. That's probably what's making me feel so confused, because I'm threatened out of the things that should make me happy. So no matter what, it's like I have to be happy, I have to be unhappy to be happy. It's making my head hurt, but that must make it really difficult to feel comfortable with yourself. Being made to feel like you're wrong just for being the person you are. It really goes against everything I believe in, doesn't it? It goes against the kind of a person I want to be. I'm fed up with it. I'm fed up with a lot of things. Natsuki presses her palms into her forehead and shakes her head. I know what's best for me, but I keep convincing myself out of it. I know it's so much easier to be comfortably unhappy than it is to do something so scary. To do what? To end it. With them? Natsuki nods. I thought she was talking about something else. I'm glad she was not talking about it. I'm happy she was talking about just ending it with her friends. I didn't think you were actively considering that as an option. I wasn't until recently. It was just one of those things where, like, it's been a certain way for so long that you just get so used to it. Bro, I'm so used to all the horror in Doki Doki Literature Club, like Sayori's Fate and everything, that, like, sometimes all that shit just comes back and, like, fucks me up the ass. Like, what do you call it? Like, some of this dialogue is just making me think of that horror shit, and it's, like, actually fucking wilding. Like, so much of you has gone into it, so much has feel like that's how your life is. And throwing it away is like throwing away such a big part of your life. It makes me sick to think about. Oh, bro, I'm such a pussy. Natsuki sighs. It's just really scary. It's terrifying. What are you scared of? I don't know, a lot of things. Like being alone, not having anyone to talk to or hang out with, not being able to replace what I have with them. And I don't want them to hate me. I'm scared that they'll hurt me for going against them. Physically? Not physically, but Yuri clenches her fist. Natsuki, what? If anyone even thinks to cause you harm, I will unleash hell upon them. God damn, Yuri! Natsuki snorts in laughter. Don't laugh at me. Sorry, I like that. That's all. Oh, well, I mean it. You know you did. You know you did? I know you did. Natsuki gives Yuri an endearing look. I needed it. Oh yeah, Yuri has a knife. I forgot. Oh no. But Natsuki doesn't know that. As the conversation lapses, Natsuki again slides her box of cupcakes over to Yuri. Just take them, okay? I don't want other people to have them anymore. Are you sure? Natsuki nods. I'm sure. I will then. I'll enjoy them. Natsuki looks away, but a feeling of warmth spreads through her. She holds on to that feeling, knowing it will give her courage. Ah, you were here first today. And you brought reading material. Natsuki is sitting in her usual spot, this time holding a volume of manga while her lunch sits beside her. Yuri sits down as well and opens her own book. It sucks when a good series has to come to an end, like such a big part of your life, and then one day there's just nothing left. It makes you feel so empty. Unfortunately, wait, what? Such a big part of your life, and then one day there's just nothing left. Yeah, that's what I feel about with this game, bro. This game needs more stuff. It makes you feel so empty. Because this game is still fun and it's gonna come to an end. I don't know what I'm gonna play after it. Unfortunately, I'm about to experience that myself. I'm on the last book of this series. Like with The Walking Dead, at least I got to play it for 60 episodes. That sucks. But there's also something satisfying about letting a story conclude. I don't know if I'd want it to go on forever. Maybe. But there are some things that I wish could. On the other hand, have you ever done something that overstayed its welcome? Yeah, definitely. I can think of at least one thing I've read that got pretty unbearable, like halfway through, and the ending really sucked. So it sucks when something good has to end, but it also sucks when they just keep inventing more plot until you don't like it anymore. I guess it sucks either way. Well, that's the nature of all things. They come to an end. The two fall silent. then slowly eat while making their way through the respective. God, my voice, bro! I just realized I've been talking for so long that my voice is literally breaking. Bro, I gotta get like something to drink or something. Actually, hold on, I'll be right back. I'm gonna get myself some water. Okay, I got myself some water. I don't know, my voice really hurts right now. Alright, let's get back into this. They slowly eat while making their way through their respective reading material. Except Natsuki doesn't seem to be touching her food at all. You don't go out during the weekends, right? Excuse me? Like with friends at the mall or downtown or whatever? I'm not a total shut-in, you know? Oh, my bad for making assumptions. Well, I'm sure I go out less often than other people like you and the others in the club. I don't really meet with friends and arbitrarily spend time like that. I'm usually meeting with my board game group. Board game group? It doesn't matter. It's just more nerdy stuff. Why do you ask anyway? I was just curious. I just realized that I couldn't picture it, so I was curious. Yuri looks at Natsuki and realizes that she's shaking. Don't look at me like that. Sorry. Natsuki pulls her knees into her chest and puts her head down. I can't take this. Did I do something wrong? Natsuki gets flustered. Yuri gets flustered, her mind racing over what she may have said or done. I ended it. I texted them earlier telling them, and I just blocked them because I'm too afraid of their responses. And now I feel like I'm dying inside. Oh, that's... God damn. I mean, they were treating you like shit, so they probably fucking deserve that shit. I'm sorry. Totally unsure of what to do, Yuri can barely find any words to support to offer. Meanwhile, the sound of Natsuki unusually hard breathing fills the air. Then she speaks again, barely above a whisper. Help me. I feel sick and I want to hit my head against things. Please help me. I can't take this. You may be having a panic attack. With that realization, Yuri's demeanor suddenly changes. I have experience with this, so I'll help you through it, okay? Natsuki meekly nods through her rapid breath, head still buried in her knees. Yuri slides herself over to Natsuki and sits on the step behind her. Then she puts her hand on Natsuki's shoulder. Can you feel my hand? Natsuki nods. Her shaking becomes much more apparent through Yuri's sense of touch. Yuri keeps her voice low and gentle. You're safe right now. You're in a good, safe place where nothing can hurt you. Natsuki nods once more. Although Yuri is only touching Natsuki's shoulders, she can practically feel her racing pulse through the base of her neck. We'll do a breathing exercise together. All you have to do is listen to my breaths and breathe along with me. Let's breathe in now. Yuri takes a deep, slow breath. Beneath her hands, she feels Natsuki's shoulders rise as Natsuki takes a breath of her own, trying to mimic Yuri's. They exhale together, although Natsuki's breath shakes on the way out. That's good. Let's keep going. Yuri breathes in once more and Natsuki joins her. They continue like that for a few more cycles while Yuri closely monitors. Eventually, Yuri feels Natsuki rests more of her weight onto Yuri's palms. Let's focus on the physical world. All you have to do is focus on the feeling of your breaths going in and out. At the weight of my hand on your shoulder, you're in a safe and comfortable physical space. Damn, Yuri's becoming like Natsuki's therapist or some shit. Minutes pass in silence. By now the worst of it has passed, but Yuri is determined to not move away until Natsuki prompts her to. Meanwhile, Natsuki has lifted her head off of her knees and her breathing has mostly steadied. Then she takes one final deep breath and slowly pulls herself to her feet, causing Yuri to let go. She stretches her arms. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to freak you out. I don't know what my deal is. You don't have to apologize. This must be enormously stressful for you. Is it gonna keep happening? It may, or it may not. We can take measures to help prevent it in the future, but I think it will naturally get better over time. Natsuki motions to sit back down, so Yuri moves over. Yuri turns away to pick up her own book from the dusty floor, which she had hastily set down earlier. She brushes the dust off of the cover. I don't think I could have gone through that alone. You're not alone. Feeling shy again, Yuri speaks into her own lap. From now on, you don't have to do anything alone. After she says that, Yuri tenses up. It's rare to see her so openly share her thoughts, but something about Natsuki, of all people, makes it feels so much more natural to do so. Perhaps because, like Yuri, Natsuki is too timid and uncertain of herself. Natsuki does such a good job at hiding it that it's like taken a long time for Yuri to finally realize it. And because of that, Yuri is able to deliver the reassurance that she herself would have wanted, demonstrating that you deserve the love of others. If you can accept that for the first time, then perhaps you can begin the tumultuous, I can't read that shit, journey of learning to love yourself. Do you really mean this? You're probably gonna regret saying that if you do. How so? Because I'm probably gonna have a lot of free time during the weekend from now on. So you're giving me permission to being as annoying as I want and dragging you around to a lot of places. I see. But you already said it, so you can't take it back now. Well, I suppose I have no choice but to accept that responsibility then. I know a good ice cream place. Oh, that means you'll finally figure out out my favorite ice cream flavor. Huh? What are you talking about? Oh, you don't remember? The first day you came to the club, you guessed everyone's favorite ice cream, but you said but for me, you said you had no idea. Seriously? I don't remember saying that. Oh yes. Wait, I do. Oh yes, I do. I said it was probably green tea. Yuri shakes her head. It's a good guess, but my favorite is usually to get chocolate or raspberry together. Chocolate and raspberry? How fancy. How's that fancy? Oh, I don't know. It feels like I should have guessed something like that. Well, maybe next time you'll try chocolate and strawberry. Hey, strawberry is my favorite. What a coincidence. I think it helps to have something to look forward to. I still have the sick feeling in my stomach, but it's easier now to convince myself that I did the right thing. Is there anything better I could be doing? Not that I know of. There's nothing that will make this easier for me. And you already did more than I thought anyone could. Come to think of it, we never talked about the letter you wrote. But I feel like we're way past that point and I don't even know what to talk about. Except that I think it helped me understand my needs a little bit better. The way I like to be treated. And the kinds of friends that I want to have. That's why I wanted to start coming here in the first place, even though I was so scared of causing more problems. I thought it was a coincidence that you ran into me here initially. Oh, well, not exactly. What do you mean? Nothing. I may have tracked you down first, with the help of Sayuri. But you said I was shy, okay? I wasn't ready to, whatever, you know what I'm saying. Well, I guess I'm glad you worked up the courage, even if it was in your own way. I can tell that you've been making a lot of difficult decisions. It's brave and I will make better things in the long run. I don't think anyone would be proud of you for it. I think anyone would be proud of you for it. Anyone? You mean like you? Yes, like me. You know, I can get used to this, as long as you don't tease me too much. Fine, just a little then. That's fine. I know how uncertain everything feels to you right now, but I really do think that good things are in store. Those are my honest feelings. Thanks. It feels so nice to be reassured. God damn. The two girls continue their conversation through the remainder of lunch, but a new feeling hangs in the air. A feeling of greater certainty in their path forward. In just a few hours, there will be another literature club meeting where the 4 club members will happily spend time together. Each of them, all with their own special qualities, have something unique that they can deliver to one another. Through friendship and literature, the club members will continue to grow and find new happiness together. And the end of each chapter is the start of the next. Yuri thinks to herself. Since she's about to finish her running series, it would be best to have a new book lined up. Perhaps this weekend would be a good time to visit the bookstore. Together. God damn, that was beautiful. And that's the final side story we just did. Wait, there's another side story? Is this the final one? Okay, I think this is like the epilogue or some shit. Oh my god, I thought that was the final one. Well, I'm not blaming it though. Okay, I love this game. This shit is fucking slapping. Seems like they became really good friends. Yo, What is this? Is this some fucking Monica X player shit? Dope. So it's officially canon now. Okay, equals. Yeah, sure. Wait. I don't know, what would be better? Should we get like all these pictures and shit before starting the equals thing? So there's two pictures. The secrets, I've already seen all of them. The backgrounds, yeah, we have all of them. The sketches, I don't know. Should I unlock all this shit? I don't know how to unlock it though. I have all the wallpapers. You know what? Let's just get right into it. Equals. Okay, everyone. We're gonna be taking a break from the usual activities today. I was thinking, since people are starting to talk about the festival, it's a good time for us to go over the general direction of the club and all. That. Festival? Bro, the MC hasn't even joined yet. So this festival shit was planned way before I even joined the literature club. I think it'll help us figure out what to do for the festival, you know? Oh, so Yuri and I already came up with a really good plan. Really, for the festival? Yeah, so the plan is this, okay? You and Yuri collect information ahead of time on which clubs and classes are doing food booths. Then we take a map and plan the most efficient route so we can get the most of them before the lines get too long. Hey, that has nothing to do with the club. Well, you have to let me finish. Alright, fine, go ahead. Right, so basically, we go to all the food we can, then we come back here and we all eat together. That's all. Wow, I got tricked twice by the same joke. Boo, don't be a hater. It's not like you can come up with anything better. Look, even Yuri was thinking about it. No, I wasn't. I would really prefer to do something literature related. We can eat together anytime. The festival is a unique opportunity. Besides, it's been quite a while since we've seen any new interests in the club. Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. We really get a shot at showing people what the literature club is all about. I'll tell you what, we can do both, right? We'll make time for your food mission and still put a public event. Oh my gosh, yes, I was just joking, but that's a really good idea. Well, I'm glad that's settled. I think the question is, how come with an event that demonstrates everything you can get out of the literature club? Well, that's tough because everyone gets something different out of the club. Okay, how about this? Let's go around and have each of us talk about what we've gotten out of the club so far. That could really help us figure out what kind of reputation we want to build. Yeah, that's too embarrassing. But you'd have so much to talk about. That's exactly why. I'm sure Natsuki feels the same way. Well, maybe I didn't plan on arguing against it or anything. I mean, it's the literature club. We talk about stuff together, right? And the only way to get more comfortable with it is to suck it up and do it. Oh, you're not wrong. I'm sorry for being resistant. It's not good to say suck it up because it sounds like their feelings don't matter. Right, my bad. It's just a habit I need to break. Well, anyway, who's gonna start? I'll start. I was the first to join after all. Wouldn't that be me? No, I wanna go first. Fine, you can start. I don't mind. Yay! So, gosh, it feels like so long ago. I think I joined because I wanted to have fun sharing poems with people. It seemed like it would be a safe way to express myself, you know? Like, if it's a poem, then I can share it without feeling like I'm burdening everyone with my problems. And I thought it would be a really good way to get to know other people too. So yeah, I was really surprised when I walked in and it was just Monica. Just Monica? Just Monica? Just Monica. Alright, just Monica. And she was sleeping. Don't remind me of that. Oh gosh. Yeah, but it seemed like so much fun to just to help start a new club. Especially since writing helped me so much, I just wanted to help other people too. But it ended up being me who was inspired, because I remember feeling Monica was so sweet and mature that I could trust her with anything. It made me feel a lot less alone, having someone who knew even the bad things about me. And at that point I knew the literature club was gonna be a special place for people. Yeah, I felt the same way. It really helped give the club a lot more cohesive vision. Yeah, and then Yuri joined, but she was so different from us, and Natsuki too. I think for Yuri, it really helped me take on the lead before she was able to open up a little bit. But Natsuki was kind of the opposite, where she wasn't really getting close to someone really quickly. I never thought about that sort of thing. I really feel like I've gotten better at understanding people's different needs, and that makes me really happy because my friends are the most important thing to me, and whatever new members we get, I want to help them in those ways too. You know, I would have continued coming to the club I don't know if I would have continued coming to the club if it weren't for you. Really? I know it wasn't too long ago, but it hurts to think about my behavior back then. I was really short-sighted. The only reason I came was to find others who were into the fantasy. Bro, my nose keeps getting itchy, and no matter how much I scratch it, it just won't stop. I suppose that it was my idea of making friends with people. And I remember feeling uncomfortable because you and I have such different energy. God, my nose! I had such specific idea to get of the kind of person I wanted to be friends with. So when Sayuri tried so hard to get to know me, I felt like I was just wasting her time. I think I was naive to assume that similar interests were the key component of friendship. Sayuri and I were able to be friends because she thinks about the needs of other people. That's something I never knew how to do or even thought to do. But I stayed in the club, and thanks to that, I started trying as hard as I could to understand people better. You really went above and beyond when it came to that. I was just super impressed. Well, I always hated that I didn't know how to behave like a person who is easily liked by others, like the two of you can. And because of that, I spent so much time thinking about my own behavior and all the wrong things I said. But the whole time I should have been thinking about other people instead, not myself. Once I started doing that, I was able to make friends with everyone else. Oh, also, I discovered that sometimes I'm a better communicator when I take the time to write rather than speak. It's so strange the way things turned out. It's so far different from anything I ever would have expected. But I'm happy. I suppose we don't always know what we need. Oh my gosh, you're so cute that I'm gonna throw up. Whoa. You're so cute that I'm going to throw up. Sayuri. Okay, so calm the fuck down, Sayuri. Sayuri, okay, please don't do that, Sayuri. Besides, I'm not cute. Hey, isn't that my line? Oh, well, for me, it's actually true. So, what are you saying? Nothing? I finished my part, so somebody else take their turn. My heart. Sayuri, take some deep breaths. Okay, fine, I'll go. Yuri, I can't believe you were complaining about doing this and I still went before me. What a show-off. I was just following up on Sayuri. It was the easiest way to get it over with. Besides, you left out the most important thing to get out of this club. I did? Yeah, a regular supply of your favorite cupcakes. Oh no, I forgot that too. I'm a traitor to the cupcake queen. Oh, I guess Natsuki's suddenly the cupcake queen. I mean, technically she's been the entire time. Neither of you are forgiven. Looks like only Monica will be getting cupcakes next time. Just Monica. Just Monica. Just Monica. No! I can't eat that many cupcakes. Yeah, true. Only Yuri can. Hey. Well, anyway, I'm just putting off talking. It's kind of hard to talk about this stuff. But I guess when it just comes down to that, I'm in a much better place mentally than I was when I first joined. And that's because everyone helped me realize that I had some really toxic friendships going on outside of the club. It was honestly a really painful thing to go through, having to cut them out. It still hurts to think about. I'm sorry, Natsuki. It's fine. I knew it was for the best and I was right. I guess for me, it's all about feeling. I only ever ridiculed for having feelings, so I thought the right thing to do was just ignore them. It took me a really long time to realize that it's not really how things are supposed to work. And I guess that's thanks to everyone who took the time to respect my feelings even when I was being like the biggest jerk. I'm really sorry for being such a jerk to everyone. I was really the worst. Natsuki's voice chokes a little. We all love you, Natsuki. I just hate that I was like that. Everyone did so much for me and I could never do anything in return. That's not true, Natsuki. You've done a lot more than you think. This club really wouldn't have been the same without you. I mean that. Remember how judgmental I was when you first showed up? It was like I couldn't accept anything other than my own idea of what literature club was supposed to be. Apparently that was more important to me than the opportunity to bring you some happiness. You really told me that anything that makes someone happy is worthy of respect. You even inspired me to start playing piano. That's something that means a whole lot to me. So there's no need to put yourself down. Okay, Natsuki wipes her eyes. You helped me a lot too. It's so much fun to have you around. And you helped me become a better person. What? And you helped me become a better person. Having a problem doesn't make you needy or inconvenient. It just means that something that needs to be better for you, and you always deserve that. I agree. Seeing us have some kind of have some of the same struggles and made me a better person as well. Bro, my nose is still itchy. I wouldn't want you to change anything about our time here. I don't think any of us would. I'm sorry, I got all dramatic again. That's what I wanted to say, so Monica can go now. There's no need to apologize. My nose, bro. It was something I wanted to talk about anyway because it made a big difference for me. I was always such a strict perfectionist who never took enough time to believe in the best of other people. But everyone kept proving me wrong. I made mistakes multiple times and think that my way was just best for everyone, or think that I needed to solve to solve other people's problems. But I think being a leader means that you have to acknowledge that you're not perfect and that the best thing you can do is to help guide people rather than to do everything for them. We're all good people. We're all equals, and this is called equals because they're all equal. And that, I think that's the most important thing I've gotten out of the club, realizing what that really means. So Yuri, what are you doing? I just thought we should be writing some of these down, things that about the club that are valuable to us. With a piece of chalk in our hand, Sayuri writes the word trust on the chalkboard. This is because it showed me that I can trust you with everything about me, not just my good side. Suddenly Yuri takes a piece of chalk as well. She writes understanding. Oh my god, these are all the chapters of the fucking what is that shit called? The side stories we've just played. I owe a lot of gratitude to everyone who took time to understand me, even though it was so difficult for me to express myself. In that case, Monica takes a piece of chalk as well and writes the word respect. I always thought I was a respectful person, but it took the club for me to realize that there was more to it than I thought, and I'm a better person because of it. I have another one. So Yuri writes balance. Sometimes people want different things out of a friendship, or they need time before they are ready to become close. So it's important to keep things balanced between you and the other person. That reminds me, Yuri writes reflection. I've always been a reflective person, but most of it has been nothing more than hating myself for all the things I thought I did wrong. Once I started reflecting on other people and not just myself, a lot of things changed for me. So I think that's the most important one for me. That's great. We have a whole list of things now. Suddenly everyone turns to Natsuki. Well, everyone took the chalk. Don't look at me like that. Jeez. You could have just asked. Monica hands her piece of chalk to Natsuki. Then Natsuki sighs and writes self-love. I don't know how far I've gotten with it yet, but it feels like things are at least on the right track. So that's my contribution. Together, everyone stares at the words on the board. Wasn't this club supposed to be about literature? It is. We still do a lot of literature. Friendship and literature. You're right. Friendship and literature. Natsuki and Yuri gently nod as well. Hey, let's all take a picture together. We don't have one yet, right? Hey, you're right. You could send it to me after. Wait, can I brush my hair first or something? Oh, you're fine. You already have the best hair out of all of us. Everyone get together. I can't fit you all in. Okay, everyone ready? And click. I'm really glad we talked about this stuff. It's easy to forget how far we've come with only 4 members. Yeah, I have so many happy thoughts right now. Bro, this side story shit is just foreshadowing all this stuff, all the dark stuff in the main game. Happy thoughts, just Monica, self-awareness. I have so many happy thoughts right now. I'm getting some really good inspiration for a poem. You know, I feel the same way. I kind of want to get some writing done. Me too. I think I would like that as well. Everyone's looking at me again. I'll do it too, but I might not feel like sharing it. That's okay. The 4 members of the literature club disperse and return to their desk, each equipping themselves with a pen. Natsuki and Yuri give each other a quick glance, then start writing immediately. So Yuri stretches, then does the same, but Monica is left tapping her pen against the paper, unsure of where to start. Just move your hand, Monica mouths to herself. Write the way into your heart. Just move your pen right the way into his heart. Her mind is full of thoughts, memories, and inspiration. Monica navigates past her mental barriers and begins to write. It doesn't matter what, just that it's something new. Yo! That's the ending? Bro, that was sick. I really enjoyed that. That's like the official Doki Doki non-horror experience, basically. Kinda. So that's the side story ending. So that's the new official ending in the Doki Doki Literature Club Plus. That was amazing. So that's basically the true, like, kinda good ending. Like, I guess you could say. Also, I've heard that this is apparently kind of a prequel, but not really a prequel. It's more like an alternative timeline where Monica's not self-aware. But in a way, it is the prequel because it comes before we meet the MC. Basically, this stuff would have happened even if Monica was self-aware, because Monica kind of wants to be a part of the game before the MC joins as well, because nothing of that stuff happens. So I guess this was really amazing. This was just a really great way to kind of check everything out. I'm glad I got to experience the entire game. As I said, Doki Doki Literature Club is one of my favorite games ever. Alright, I really enjoyed the original game. I've replayed it so many times. My original series on it wasn't even that great, so I redid the entire series, and I loved every single bit of it. I got the good ending. I saw so many secrets. We made so many good memories along the way. I'm so glad I got to come to the Doki Doki Literature Club Plus as well, complete that. I'm so glad I got to tackle all the side stories. I really enjoyed this. I think it does an amazing job. Alright, and the entire experience. Alright, I think that shit really just kind of fucking brings it and just drops that shit on its head. Like, Doki Doki Literature Club is amazing. You guys should definitely check out this game. I'm not, just just download Doki Doki Literature Club, because the game is amazing. Like, it's absolutely insane how far this game has come. That's beautiful, bro. That is so good. Yo. It says music, but I don't see any music. Pictures. What's this? Oh. I've seen this before. I saw this online somewhere. Uh, yeah. Yeah. 100%. Okay. There's still a lot of stuff we're like missing though. Like, I don't really understand all of this. Should we try to get like all the... Hold on, well, I'm not gonna go see all the secret poems because I've already seen all of them in the original game. I don't know what these poems are about. What are like these things? I'm kind of curious now. Sketches. Okay. Well, clearly there's a lot more in this game, so if you guys enjoyed this video of me completing the side story ending, make sure you smash the like button, smash the subscribe button, and bye for now.